Welcome to the 5-minute flash summary of the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, directed by Donald Petrie, starring Kate Hudson, Matthew McConaughey, Adam Goldberg, Catherine Hahn. I don't know who that is, so yeah. It's a pretty cool movie. We're going to summarize the whole thing in 5 minutes, so spoiler alert.
Big spoilers.
Can I start?
Yes, but I got to get a timer.
Matt, you go second. I'll go third.
Okay. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Okay, so we start out with Andy Anderson, who's played by Kate Hudson. She works in a magazine company, which seems to be a trend this season. She is at work. They're about to have a meeting, and she realizes one of her coworkers isn't there. So she goes to her coworker's house, named Michelle. Michelle is crying because she just went through a terrible breakup. She gets her up, gets her out of bed. Andy brings Michelle back to work where they have a meeting and they're popping over ideas on what they should do for their next article. And Andy Anderson decides she's going to do How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Because Michelle keeps making all these mistakes and she wants to write an article about what you would do. And it's like a anti how to lose a guy in 10 days, but like,
Yeah,
help
to
me out
teach people
here.
how not to do.
All the things
what
that
not
are
to do,
wrong.
yeah.
all the things you shouldn't do. But yeah.
Yeah, so as she's getting out of that meeting, she's about to spread out. Some 2 ladies from a marketing agency show up and learn about her story, and then they all happen to coincidentally meet with what's Matthew McConaughey's name in the show? Ben. Yep, they are the marketing ladies are basically reaching out to working with Composure on a diamond contract to like advertise diamonds in their magazine, but that's the contract that Matthew McConaughey wants. And so they're having a meeting with their boss in this club at the same time as Andy is trying to find someone to pick up to date to write this article on. And so they bet, essentially the marketing people bet Ben that he can't make someone fall in love with him. And I am like really floundering here.
Well, so they bet him that he can't make someone fall in love with him in 10 days. And he is looking around the bar. He's like, I totally got this. I am going to win this advertising thing because I found the beat in the first place. He tells his boss, hey, that girl right there, Andy Anderson, I'm going to get her to fall in love with me in 10 days. And if I can't, then these ladies get to make the bid. But if I can, then I get to make the bid. So he goes over, starts hitting up Andy, and they leave together. She's like, oh, I totally got this guy, hook, line, and sinker. This is going to be easy. So from there, their first date goes to a Knicks game. Andy is super charming. She is like just a fun and a blast for Ben to hang out with. But at the end of the game, with a minute left, she starts her ploy and she asks him to go get a Diet Coke for her with a minute left. She's like, I'm so thirsty, you got to go do it. And Ben has to go do it because he's got to do whatever this girl asks for at least 10 days to get her to fall in love with him. So this sort of starts the trend of Ben doing whatever she wants and her doing and asking for ridiculous things.
So from there, Andy just becomes kind of more and more crazy in the relationship, making at first like mistakes that girls can actually make in relationships, like calling a guy too much or showing up randomly at his apartment. But then she just kind of goes completely off the wall and shows up with a box full of different stuffed animals. She redecorates the bathroom. She has like Vagisil on display in the cupboard. She names his member. What did she name it?
Princess Buttercup, I believe.
Yeah, Princess something.
It was like Princess Sophia, and then it changed to like, he's like, you can't name it Princess Sophia. It has to be this masculine name.
Kroll the Warrior King.
Right.
Kroll the Warrior King.
Yeah.
She interrupts the guy's poker night, which is really just like the nail in the coffin. Nail in the coffin. He makes a delicious meal for her at one point, and she says she's vegetarian, which she clearly is not.
Yeah. So she's breaking him down. He wants to leave, but his friends who are also with him on this marketing team are like, you have to stick it out because we need to get this contract. This is going to be for everybody. And so he basically sticks it out. But he gets her to go out to his family's house and actually visit with his mom and his dad and his brother, and Andy starts to kind of soften up a little bit and not be willing or able to just continue with this being ridiculous and terrible in front of his family, as they just continue to soften her up and make her feel loved and cared for. And so this gives them the opportunity to have some real moments. They get to the 10 days. Andy's trying to figure out, she's in love with him, but then she finds out that she was a bet. He finds out that she's doing an article on him, and they have a big fight. And then at the very end, they realize that they're in love, and they meet up on a bridge in New York and decide to just keep after it. That's the movie.
Boom.
We did okay.
We did, yeah. I
think we missed a couple things.
Being in person is actually kind of a lot. I didn't realize how much I relied on the computer screen in front of me reminding me what happens in the movies. So anyway, that was our 5-minute summary, Snap Synopsis, in-person edition. Like, subscribe, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Patreon, the whole deal.